Khidkya is a book of a play by Kelyane Bhashantar.
Okay.
It so happened that my husband, who is no more now, he had a project with Girish Joshi, one of the theatre persons, and they wanted to go to Germany to see many plays actually on stage, and then decide with the help of Goethe Institute. Goethe Institute has sponsored them, and they would select one particular play, and then they would translate it and stage it here. So that was the original project. My husband was, it was not possible for him to go to Germany because he was not well. But Girish Joshi had gone there. He saw many plays and he suggested 2 or 3 for translation. So this particular play by Kelyane Bhashantar, it was staged in Hamburg.
Okay.
And it was a very interesting play, and where the viewers of our spectacles of our society of Maharashtra, he thought that they could actually relate to this particular problem. So it is a story of a grandmother who is suffering from dementia. And the grandson who introduces her to the virtual world of some social media, and she creates her own identity, different identity as a young person, as a young woman, and she becomes many followers. And at the same time, she starts losing her own identity due to dementia. So this is a fantastic story. And then my husband started translating it. But unfortunately, he could not complete the translation. So I took it up and I completed the translation. And then Girish Joshi adopted it. So he made the Rangavrutti. That is the stage play, which is adaptable for the Marathi stage. So, and then what happened? I suggested Continental Publisher, as I mentioned that I am really fortunate that I always requested my publisher and she readily agreed to it. So again, this was a academic venture where we published German text by Kelyane Bhashantar, Marathi translation rendered by my husband and myself, and the stage adaptation written by Girish Joshi.
Fantastic.
So all 3 texts are in one book.
Wow.
So this is actually very useful for the students who could see how it could be translated, and how actual translation can be adopted for the stage. So it is also a kind of contextualization. And so actual translation and adaptation, you can always compare it with the original text. So that was, and I gave the title, which was something different. And then Girish Joshi suggested Khidkya, because that grandmother in that story, in that play, she's constantly referring to windows she opens in her computer.
The Windows system.
And also there is a window through which she observes the outside world. She is all alone. And because of the dementia, she cannot relate to the world around her. So that is the only window through which she sees what happens outside.
Fantastic.
So he suggested that Khidkya is the right word for title.
Great.
And we also accepted it.
Yeah. And how was this translation different? Because this was a translation of a play, right? So a different genre.
Yeah, very good question. Because translating 3 different genres, you have to use different techniques or different styles actually. But particularly in this case of Khidkya, there are no dialogues. The grandmother and grandson, they are actually saying their monologues. They don't come in front of each other in the whole play.
Okay.
But only grandmother is there and only grandson is there. So that is the one thing, because there is no dialogue in that particular play.